it will ask you to select your school, right? So you will see here Eskwelabs as a specific school, and you can just click Eskwelabs. So note that if you do not click Eskwelabs, you will be directed to a different flow. So make sure to click Eskwelabs. Then when you click next, we'll be asking you for your degree. So at the bottom, there is short course or training program. So just click that. And then since you're part of data science, you just indicate that your program is data science. Then when you click next, this is what Sam was mentioning earlier, to put so that you can have a guardian or an emergency contact. So I'll just put a guardian, and then the relationship, so parent, sibling, all of these drop downs. Then you can click next. So the mobile number of a guardian, right? Then this is the first part of the application process. So when you click View Dashboard, you will now see the student information portion. If you click this, these are the requirements. So we'll put a profile picture. So, right, so I'll just put my profile picture here. Then I'll indicate my birthday. Then marital status and place of birth. So note, these are the minimum requirements for our compliance and regulators. So we really need to indicate these different fields, just in case you're thinking what we will use this data for, right? So province, I'll just indicate the province, and then it will ask for your address. Right. Then after, this is the part of the guardian's information. So this is what you indicated earlier. They're just confirming. Right. So after this part, there is just the final portion of the whole process, which is actually guardian or guarantor information. You can indicate that your guardian is the same as your guarantor, so that you can proceed with the whole process. So note that the use case normally here is students. So sometimes we ask our college or undergraduate students to indicate a guarantor so that they have proof of income. So we just click next here with the whole process. So we just click the guardian source of funds. So if it's salary, sample business, sample address, and the work industry of the specific guardian, all right? Then we put the gross monthly salary of a guardian. Then if you have the guardian's SSS or GSIS number, would be helpful here for verification purposes, as well as the TIN. All right. So now we're done with the creation of the profile. Now you can go straight ahead and apply for an installment plan. So note that you have to click Eskwelabs installment plans. These were for previous cohorts, for previous batches of Eskwelabs. Now, if you click this, note this page wherein you will be asked to upload a valid ID for verification, as well as the school assessment form. As what Sam mentioned earlier, you can use any valid ID for your picture, and for the school assessment form, just kindly take a picture of your contract and upload that. So when you click next, if you notice that your school is already Eskwelabs year level, you can just put 1. Student number, you can just put NA. And then for the current semester, then when you click next, what is the purpose? So just indicate here what you need it for. Then how much you need. So note that we will only accept the maximum amount, which is 50,000. Anything less, we will ask you to revise. So we're really only looking at approving 50,000 as the amount. And the computation was what Sam mentioned to you earlier. Now next, this is what Sam was saying. We have a 12-month installment plan at 6,000 per month, but we have a grace period of 3 months. So this is what Sam was mentioning earlier, that we pay 495 for the first 3 months. then for the final 9 months, we apply the interest. Now, next is where you will have to upload a selfie with your ID. So if you need to know what type of ID requirements would be valid, you can just click this. And this is a page that will ask you for, that will show you what are the valid IDs. So if you just take a photo, so you must upload. So these are the requirements. So it should clearly show the page with your photo. So if you put this ID near your mouth, you might ask you to revise it. So just make sure to follow this type of taking for the photo. Then after, we will ask you to upload your assessment form. So as we mentioned, the assessment form is a picture of your contract. So this would suffice in terms of the contract. Then you can just click looks good. Then this is a summary of everything that you requested for. This is the amount that Sam showed you earlier. You're applying for Eskwelabs. This is your selfie with ID. This is a copy of your assessment form, and then you just click submit. All right. So upon clicking submission, just note that we might contact you for any concerns. So for example, if your selfie with ID is incorrect, you might receive an SMS asking you to log in and revise certain parts of your application. So as long as you do that within the period that is indicated, then it shouldn't be a problem. Most of our contact points with you guys will be via SMS. If need be, we will call you. So just kindly make sure to keep your phone near you so that you can receive the updates as we go along. So you should be receiving updates if your profile needs certain revisions or your application needs certain revisions. For example, if you uploaded a wrong document or if you uploaded blurry pictures, that would be normally the issues that we would contact you for. Otherwise, you should be receiving an SMS, which you will receive and click so that you can sign the contract and then click the signing of the contract during this period. And then after that, once we've dispersed to Eskwelabs, you will receive an SMS wherein you will be shown that your contract has now been activated. So that's basically the whole process. Was wondering if you had any questions. Yes.
From Ruth. So guarantor should be different from the applicant. It's
Okay.
It's in the chat.
Yes. So if you go through the whole application form, you would have three choices. Your guardian is different from your guarantor, or your guardian is the same as your guarantor, or there is a portion there for self-guaranteeing. Note that these three choices, it would depend on the income documents that you would provide moving forward for the loan application flow. So there will be different treatment, and our operations teams will be the ones assessing these documents. So they might reach out to you depending on what you choose as a guardian or a guarantor or self-guaranteeing. So hope that answers your question. Thank you, Ruth. Other questions? Okay.
Any other questions?
Yes. Nakalagay doon, Paul, nung dinaanan ko earlier, meron dong short course or training program sa baba. So just kindly indicate that, and then your course is data science. mukhang dinadaanan na yung application form. Other questions, guys?
And feel free to unmute yourself para okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you can just type pero
Okay. So the
Ayan, may
date that,
tanong si Rai.
yes. So the date that you receive the SMS for the contract, Ms. Ferrer, is third. So for example, if you receive the contract activation date, the contract activation SMS, for example, September 7, the first payment is 30 days after that. So that will be October 7. But I think there are specific dates that you should be receiving that SMS. So everyone should have the same repayment dates. So basically, when you receive the SMS, it's 30 days after that. And you will be able to log in. When you log into your Bukas account, you will see there your payment dates because that's where you will pay also if you want to pay via Dragon Pay. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question lang.
Sure, Gab.
Yeah, so I tried actually I tried doing it a while ago. Pero I got stuck in the student information. It required me to do student's guardian information even if I didn't have a guardian, or yeah, I'm over 21, yun.
Yes, Sam mentioned earlier in the PowerPoint slides, if you're able to see, that an emergency contact or a guardian is really required.
Okay. Okay, noted. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, mentioned this also earlier. Student number is NA. You can just put NA. Thank you, Ruth.
I have a question for them, Dino. So, paano pag sila nakapagbayad ng this month? Like, in a certain month? Meron bang...
Okay.
Yeah. Ano yung...
Yes, so if payment is not made after within the specific due date, we apply a 5% with 5% penalty fee for the balance. So for example, if the payment that you have to make for the first 3 months is 495, right? So for example, if you were not able to pay the 495, then the next time it will be 495 times 5% plus 495. So the penalty fee is applied on the balance. So if you paid partially, then the penalty fee will be applied to the partial payment that you did not pay. So for example, if it's 495, and then let's say you paid 295, so you might iwan on 200, right? So we will apply the penalty fee, which is 5% to the 200. So we will still recognize the partial payment. We only apply it to the amount that you did not pay. Other questions? Meron ka ba? Hindi ito yung final time to ask questions. So I like what Sam mentioned. We have the email, that's info@bukas.ph. We're available on Facebook. So Facebook ph.bukas. The customer support is open Monday to Friday. Di lang siya open on weekends, but we try our best to answer, especially if it's urgent. But Mondays to Fridays, we are available for any of your consultations.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, just want to remind you of the important dates that you need to remember. So deadline of submission of your application is on August 31. So please fill out your profile and submit your application on or before the 31st. And then by September 7, you should have confirmed your application to indicate that you will push through with your Bukas tuition installment plan. And then by September 8, because we need that by September 7, because by September 8, we will be disbursing your full tuition coverage to Eskwelabs. So for those who will confirm on September 7, just make sure to confirm maybe by 5 p.m., no later than that, so we can make sure that we can include you in the processing of the payment. Okay, but better if you can confirm earlier. Okay. Any more last minute questions that you'd like to ask?
Yeah, so I have a question.
Go, Dada.
Friend and Gio just came in. So,
Mhm.
we'll send naman the recording of the walkthrough, right? Sa kanila.
Sure, sige. So we'll send the recording of the walkthrough, and I think you have a copy of the Q&A deck, no?
Yes, I can send it to
Yeah.
them.
Sige, so perfect. And then everyone else will get their contracts by today or by tomorrow. So as early as tomorrow, you can complete your applications already.
Yes. So for France and Gio, I'll be sending your contract today. Like, end of the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
So okay, if there are no further questions, that's it. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you.
thank you, Bukas team, Priya, Dina, and Sam. Bye-bye. Thank
Thank you, guys.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.